Hey everybody, good evening guys. So welcome to the live streams of Global Trade Live. Today is 20th of April and we are now live in New York session over here. So first of all, I would like to say sorry guys, I just came late today because I had some other work to do as well. So that's why I came online today late. So let's have a look over here what happened yesterday. So yesterday this was the trade I took and this was the exact analysis posted on my Instagram and everywhere else as well. So market went over here, then there was a trend line, it acted as a support at the trend line, then it went up and look over here, it exactly went up in this trend line over here, and after that it came back down, broke this trend line over here, and then it just did some sort of other things as well. So now if I talk about, let's have a look over here. So let's just talk about what the market is exactly doing right now. So we need a point over here. So I think yes, we have a point. So yeah, okay, so look over here. So there is a trend line down over here and the market just came exactly to the trend line and it's rejecting those areas, right? So that also mean that the market might go up again, and where it will be going, let me just stretch this one over here. Yeah, okay, so I think if the market starts to move up, then this will be the point where the market will be going. Otherwise, if the market will be going down, okay, let's just do one thing, let's just draw everything again, because it looks like really messy right now. Remove indicators, remove drawings. Yeah, okay, so let's have a look at GBP JPY and the daily. So the daily candle is coming down. We can see that the move has already been done in the daily time frame, and now there can be a retracement move which can happen over here. And if you look on the left, then we can see that there is still some room for the market to move up. So if let's just try to draw some trend line over here in the daily time frame so that we can have a better idea like what the market is actually doing and what it's gonna do next. So I'm gonna take a trend line over here and then I'm gonna stretch a trend line. So this is a lower trend line, and if I draw a upper trend line, then this can be the one which I can draw. So we can clearly say that the market trend is sort of bullish. And let me just draw another one over here. Actually, yeah, this suits better. So this came down, went up, then coming down. It just proved okay, perfect. So the thing is, right now it looks like that the market is moving down from here, right? And we can see that the previous candle closed above the previous trend line. Okay, so sorry, the upper trend line. So what can also happen over here is that there can be a breakout if this candle reverses back, and if this candle goes up, then it will be going up to this upper trend line over here. So I want these trend line to be visible in the daily only, so I'm gonna remove everything else because I want these trend lines to be visible in daily. So I'm gonna go to the 4-hour time frame now. So let's have a look at the 4-hour time frame. So what the 4-hour time frame doing over here is that it went up, it created a resistance, it then went down, created a support down over here, then it went up again, then a resistance was formed in the 4-hour. There is this resistance, then we have some consolidation in this area, then we have a support down over here in this area. And if we look below, then the market is now pushing the price all the way down, right? So what can be the next point where the market can possibly come? So if I draw another trend line over here, let me just draw that. Okay, so this is the exact point where the market can come towards to. So in order to move down, this candle really has to push the price all the way down, otherwise it will be rejecting this area and going back up from here again. Okay, so that's something I'm sure about. And if I look at the upper trend line, let's so over here we really have to think. The thing is whether the candle will be going all the way down or whether the candle will be rejecting the lower prices. So we really don't know about that, so we have to wait to watch what's gonna happen over here. So after the 4 hour, I'm gonna switch to the 1 hour. Okay, and if we look at the 1 hour time frame, then I'm gonna adjust these levels a little bit. Okay, this level looks good. Then we have this level over here. Actually, this was the level, and the range is not much. Okay, then we have this level over here, and we can expect the market to come down over here. But now the thing is, we have this clean range. Okay, let's calculate how big is this range. So this range is about 24 pips. The range is not bad, it's alright, it's normal. So but the thing is, if I switch to the 4 hour time frame, then I can clearly see that the market can possibly reject the lower areas over here, right? And it can possibly reverse back and close back above in this range. So the thing is, 23 minutes, the next 23 minutes are really important for GBP JPY, because that's going to tell us how the market's going to do for the next 4 hours, right? So I'm just going to wait over here for this candle, and in the meantime let's just draw some trend line at this point of time, because that will be really important. So the thing is, the market is moving up. If I draw some levels over here, then everything matches up correctly, right? And if I draw another level over here, so the question is from where to where. I think, yeah, this is something which I can draw. Yeah. So the market went down, now moved up, then it went down to the lower trend line. Now it's again time for the market to move up. Also, it's taking support from the recent levels as well, so possibly the market might move up. There is another trend line which is in between, in the mid section of this area, but the thing is, it's not really necessary to draw this. So right now this is the only idea we have for the 1 hour, and I want these trend lines to be visible in the 1 hour time frame only. So I'm gonna just activate these trend lines in the 1 hour. Okay, so now we have idea like what the market can really actually can do. Now if I draw some areas over here in the 30 minutes, let's have a look. So we can see a clearly clean range over here, then we have a support down over here, then we have a candle. Candle is actually, the move has already been done from here to here. So now whenever these kind of things happens, we always have to wait. We always have to wait for a proper setup to be formed. Like in this case, I really need a resistance to be formed, or something which tells me that okay, so this is a high probability setup and you can execute a trade on it. So I'm just gonna wait over here. Everything is perfectly drawn, every level. So now let's have a look at the trend lines. If I look at the bigger picture, then what do we have? Okay, there's a channel over here. Okay, perfect. So now the thing is, market is in a very delicate situation right now. It really looks like that it's gonna reject this lower trend line, because the thing is, look over here, look at the past. Rejection, 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 rejection. Okay, so market really struggled a lot in order to keep the price above these areas, but it never went below these areas. Look over here in the past, from the trend line we can clearly see that this point over here where GBP/JPY is, where is it is right now, it's an extremely strong zone which can really push the price all the way up. So now we know one thing, that the area GBP/JPY is where GBP/JPY is right now is, that's a very strong area. So we have to keep in mind that market can possibly shift the price up rather than down from this point. So in case if it really reverses up, then where it can possibly go. Okay, so now we have this trend line over here, then we have this trend line over here, and then we have, let me just draw, yeah, okay, this one over here. So what I'm gonna do is, this thing is getting really confusing, so I need these trend lines to be visible in 30 minutes only. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna change the style over here. I'm gonna go with red. Yeah, and with this one is going with this one. Okay, so giving this area red as well. see, now we really have to show some differences between the channels over here, right? So the best thing to do that is just give each channel a different color, where what this the same thing is what I'm doing over here, right? So now we know that this is one channel and this is another channel over here, right? So let's just wait and watch what the market will be doing right now, because it is really important to give market some chance of showing you like what it's going to do next, because it's really unnecessary to just jump into a trade and make a loss, because after drawing these trend lines I can clearly see from where the market can possibly show rejections. Because if I think of it, if I just draw these support and resistances level only and not these trend lines, what happened over here is, look, this candle broke the low. This could be a nice trade to this area over here, right? So that's perfect according to the resistance and the support levels, okay? But the problem is, market just not moves in one direction, okay? It moves in an angle as well. So when the market is moving in angles, you have to use these trend lines to be very sure about your idea, because it's better to miss a trade rather than making a loss. So that's what I'm gonna do over here. So I'm anticipating that from here the market can possibly push the price up. So now, how, if I'm saying that the market will be pushing the price up according to me, then how I'm gonna execute on that? So now I know that the candle is about to close in 15 minutes, right? So I'm gonna wait for this 30-minute candle to close over here, because if this candle closes below the trend line, at that point of time I'm gonna look for sales. Why? Because if I look on the past, then there are huge rejections happened at this red trend line, but the market hasn't moved down from there, right? The same thing will be happening over here as well. So I'm gonna just wait, watch, and then I'm gonna execute. So yeah, I just want these trend lines to look in, to show in the 30-minute time frame. So I'm gonna go with the visibility. I'm gonna remove, okay, 30. After that, this red one over here, 30. Then we have green one, 30. Then this one over here, 30. Okay, so now the trend line work has been done. I'm gonna go to the 15 minutes now. So let's have a look at the 15-minute time frame as well. So the 15-minute candle has just closed over here, and the previous 15-minute candle closed with a rejection to the downside, right? So how actually we are gonna execute a trade over here? So the first idea of executing a buy trade over here is that we need a support to be formed in order to take a buy trade, right? The second thing which can also happen over here is that we need a candle to close above this area of support, and this will become a fake out, and then we can execute a buy trade. So that totally depends on how things gonna happen over here. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw some trend line, and let's have a look over here. Okay, now we have this trend line, and then we have this trend line. Okay, now this is a channel, you can say, and now let's just draw other things as well. Actually, other things will be there in 30 minutes, so no issues. So let's just draw these levels. So now if we talk about 15-minute time frame, then the 15-minute candle just closed below this area. Now it can possibly go down, okay? But if we look at, let me just do some visibility settings first, because it's really important to analyze the charts really in a proper way, otherwise you will end up just losing. But if once I look at the 30-minute time frame, I can really have some confidence of, the market can possibly move up from there. So let's have a look on the 1 hour time frame as well. Yeah, 1 hour also looks like that same. It's gonna reject this area and it will go up from here. So yes, so now we have our plan ready, right? So let's wait for the 1 hour candle to close, because it will be closing in like 12 minutes, and after that I'll see whether we can actually take a trade or not. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. 4 hour also looks like that it's gonna reject. Daily also, daily is something different. Guys, you don't really have to confuse yourself with so many trend lines. Just draw some good channels and just execute your ideas according to those channels. Yeah, actually now it looks fine. So there was a support, the market came down, broke this support, and now it's rejecting. So let's see if the next candle closes above and then go to the upper level, because if this candle closes below this area of support, I'm not gonna take a sell once the next candle breaks the low. Rather, I'm gonna wait for the next candle to close above again, so that I can take a buy trade and call this as a fake out over here. So that's the idea. So I always takes 2-3 probabilities with me, so that I can really execute the ideas. Okay, gold just went all the way up. So let's just remove all the drawings and yeah, do the same thing in gold. So let's go to daily. Daily looks like that it just went down, created a lower wick, broke the high of the previous candle. The support has been formed over here. Now it can possibly move up to fill this clean range. Also, let's just draw these lines over here. There's a support, then there is a resistance up over here. The market is at the resistance, but it looks like that it's gonna move up. So, and if we draw some trend lines over here in gold, then what it could be. So first of all, let's just squeeze the graph a little bit. And so if we talk about the buy scenario, then the buy scenario is quite simple right now, because from here to here these trend lines are soothing. And if we look at the sell scenarios, then okay, so from here to here everything is working fine. So by drawing these channels over here, we know one thing, that the market can possibly move up from this level to this level over here, because right now the market is at lower trend line, and from where it can really possibly go up. So I want these trend lines to be visible in daily only, so I'm gonna just make some visibility changes. Okay, so let's go to the sorry, let's go to the 4 hour time frame now. So if I talk about the 4 hour time frame, then there is a level which is strong in the 4 hour. This is that level over here. Actually, I will mark this level. Yeah, so now the market has rejected this level earlier as well, so it can possibly reject the higher prices and continue moving down from there. But if we talk about the daily time frame trend line, then obviously it should be going up. So there was a support over here, this was a fake out, then it took a support from this support, and then it went up. So now we have this clean range to the upside. It's just that we have to wait for the 4 hour candle to close and then execute some trades. So let's just draw some trend line over here as well. Okay, so if I talk about the trend line, then let's just yeah, this is good. So there is a lower trend line, and then we have this upper trend line over here as well. So now we know that the market is moving inside a channel. From here market can possibly go to the upper trend line. And if I draw some internal trend lines, I'm going to draw in the lower time frames. So I need this to be visible in the 4-hour only. So I'm gonna go to the 1-hour time frame. So let's have a look at the 1-hour time frame. So by looking at the 1-hour time frame, let's just readjust these levels. Okay, so this is a strong level of resistance coming from the left, and market is tapping at the resistance level and it's rejecting that resistance level over here. Okay, and if I draw a lower one, then this could be the level I can draw over here. Okay, so market broke above, took support, then went up, and if I draw some trend line over here, then that could be this one, which is internal trend lines. Now I'm gonna just stretch it a little bit. Okay, and if I draw a lower one, then this could be the lower one over here. So we know that if the market's gonna reject, then it's gonna move down from here there to here over here. And if we look at the downfall, look, same move done over here. So there could be a bigger move coming up next, which can be really the case. Or if the daily time frame is really correct, then it's gonna break and move up. So now what will happen if this trend market's gonna move up? What will happen at that point of time? So let's just draw some levels now in the 1 hour. So let's just talk about, okay, so I can see a channel going on in this area. Yeah, and then we have this one over here as well. So yeah, now things are getting really clear. So I want these areas to be visible in the 1 hour. Change the style to red. Red one over here. Visibility to 1 hour. And these are okay in green. So now we know one thing, that if the market enters the upper range, then what can happen? The thing which can happen over here is that it can possibly take support from the lower trend line and move all the way up, right? And look at the buy moves. So they are huge. They are huge moves. And look at these moves. Amazing. These moves are so amazing over here. But what can happen is that it can possibly move down from here as well. So both the possibilities are there. So let's see how it's gonna really move. So I'm gonna go to the 30 minutes now. So same thing in 30 minutes is happening. As we can see, this area over here, then we have this clean range coming going all the way up. Then we have this area of resistance and the support together, this one, right? The market structure is nice, but obviously we have to wait for a proper trading opportunity Okay, then we have this area of trend line, then we have this area over here, and then we have this area over here. So now by joining all these areas together, I'm just going to do some visibility changes. So this is a different one, red, and this will go with the both. So I'm gonna go with orange and visibility to 30 minutes only. Okay, and this is green, 30 minutes. Okay, so now we have, and there are more. So this one with, yeah, so now this is something important right now. So now we know that the gold went up and now it's rejecting the upper trend line. So if I draw a level of support down over here, then I can say that if the market comes back below this area, then there will be a nice opportunity for me to execute a sell trade. So I'm gonna just wait for those things to happen. If we talk about GBP JPY, then clearly this trend line is working again and market is about to maybe close like this. So maybe I might take a buy trade on the next candle, because I know that the market can possibly move up from by breaking the high to this upper one. So yeah, that could be a really nice trade. And if I talk about the 15 minutes, then we can clearly see that the fake out has already happened and the market can from now over here move up. So yeah, I think yes, we are gonna get ready. So but I need a candle to close with a wick. Come on, man, just show me some wick. Perfect. So the stops will be below the current candle's low. Okay, if it just breaks the high in the first few seconds, okay, like it just did, nothing can be happen over here. Really, nothing can be done. In the first few seconds, it just broke the high. Now I need a lower wick. I need to see a lower wick, and then a break above. Otherwise, I will just wait. Till the time I'm gonna get ready with trade 2.0. Guys, I'm not in any trade right now, so don't get yourself confused over here. So I'm gonna just wait. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep the stops a little bit below the trend line to keep them small, and my target will be up over here. So now if I get this candle to create a lower wick and then break its own high again, at that point of time I might take a buy trade. But right now it just broke the high of the previous one in the first few seconds, so I have to really wait. And also if we look at the 4-hour time frame, then this is the 4-hour time frame candle looks like, then I can surely say that this 4-hour candle will create a lower wick. I really think that's gonna happen. If that doesn't happen, then it's all right. I will happy to lose this miss this opportunity, but I really think this candle will be making a lower wick. So I'm gonna just wait for that to happen. See, we know that this candle will be moving up to the upper trend line, right? But the thing is, I have to be still very careful about this. So again, it's just wasting some pips over here, but it's all right, because now once this candle starts to move down it will definitely move down to this level over here, and after that it will reject the lower prices and go up again. And once that happens, and once the at that point of time this candle breaks its own high, the probability will increase a lot. But right now it looks like that we are gonna miss this trade, but that's okay, no problem. See, from here, let me just check how much pips we just missed. So it already went up in like 5.3 pips up, but right now it's good, because now if this candle reverses back, break its own high, break this price over here, I'm definitely gonna enter a buy trade, because the range will be really nice, 22 pips. And we know that the candles have already gone up from this area to this level, from this area to this level, so from this area to this level. If not, then it will be definitely going down, will show some rejections to the lower trend line, and once the candles crosses below lower trend lines, then I'm gonna look for sells, but not before that. So it will be a fun trade over here. Let's see. And look, gold is rejecting the upper trend line. See, if there is no trend line, then it could be really difficult to explain how and why the gold is rejecting these higher prices. But right now it really makes sense, and it's really visible in front of us that why the gold is rejecting the higher prices. So now if this candle closes below over here, this will be a fake out, and we can take a sell trade in gold to continue moving down. So let's see what happens. Let's just play some music. So now we have 24 minutes left for the current 30-minute candle to close, and let's see if this candle reverses back and break its own high or not. Because now market will tell you that no buddy, I'm gonna move down from here, I'm gonna move down from here, you have to take sales, you have to take sales. But when the market will be tapping this area over here, everything gets really changed. Okay, so just be very careful with these kind of setups. So let's have a look if there is any news today or not, because I don't really want to take a stupid trade and lost because of news. So I'm gonna just give a okay. In 53 minutes there's home sales, existing home sales coming up in US dollar, and after that there is no news. So we still got 53 minutes. So from here to here, market can possibly go in the next 53 minutes, so looks good. So the thing is, now if this candle reverses back and go up, then I'm gonna keep my stops below this candle's low, which is 17 pips, and my target will be this upper trend line. So as we can see earlier, the market, it's not necessary that the market will be tapping this upper trend line. The necessary thing is that it should be getting near to the upper trend line if it reverses back. Otherwise, yeah, let's just wait and watch. And I'm gonna look for sales once I see a candle closing below this lower trend line. Yes, that could be, and that will be a nice thing. So I'm not in any trade right now. Oh, actually, I see something else as well from here to here. Yeah, nice. So it looks like that the market will be definitely moving down. But now I will show you how this market really manipulates us. Because the chances, let's talk about the chances over here. Let's talk about the probability over here. So the probability of moving up is very high rather than going down. So if I look at the 4 hour time frame, let's have a look at the 4 hour. So the 4 hour candle is pushing the price down, okay, and it's showing us that it's gonna definitely moving down, maybe filling this wick and going all the way down and correct this move over here. So that can be the case, but in reality it can possibly flip back all the way up, making this as a higher support than this one. So these two things can be happening over here. So that's why it's really important to wait and watch. As we can see, the gold is moving up, but we know that to take a buy trade we really need a strong analysis, or strong break to the upside. Yeah, so let's just wait. See, I just told you that it will face some issues over here. So as we can see over here, the candle is rejecting the lower prices, and it can clearly be seen by the drawing the trend lines over there. So because sometimes it gets really difficult to explain why this thing is happening, why the market is actually rejecting this particular price over here. But after drawing these trend lines, everything gets really simple and really clear. Okay, so gold. So now some people will execute buys when the next candle wicks down and breaks the high. But what can actually happen is rejection can happen at that point of time, even though you have this clean range. Okay, but if you really want to take a buy trade, then opportunities has already been missed. One over here, then we have one over here. So yeah, but right now, no, I really not advise to execute a buy in gold right now. Just wait for the market to go above the upper trend line. Okay, now the price is shifting from sells to buys. So yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna keep my trade ready over here. 0.05 buy trade, that will be 167.135. So this 15-minute candle is about to close in 17 seconds, and what I want to see is I want to see the next 15-minute candle to create a lower wick and then break the high to continue moving up. If this candle closes like a weak bearish, then that will be nice, but it's closing like this over here, no problem. The same thing has happened in this area as well, but look what happened next. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait now for this candle to break the high of the previous one in order to take the price all the way up. So let's see whether we can actually get this trade over here. 19-20 pips. And you know what? If the market now starts to move up, then not only this point will be meet, it will go up to the upper red trend line, and that will be like huge pips we are gonna get. So let's just check. Oh, that will be around 60 pips minimum. But obviously, I'm gonna just close everything at 21, 22 pips, because we don't know whether the market's gonna move down from there. or not, because this is a channel. And look at the gold is now pushing the price down. So let's see if we if it's gonna get down in 30 minutes. So I think let's wait for the 30-minute candle in gold in order to take a trade.